or may not see it. It might go away for a second, but we'll come back to it. Make sure you're finishing up your warm-up if you have not already. If you are one of my people who did not do the quiz last week, make sure it gets done now. Annabelle, that does not mean you, because I already figured out how I'm going to send it to you. So don't stress it. Is she the one that sent me a message? No. It was Melvin. They're always quick about all the messages. So. It's so quiet this morning. Okay, so voy a prender una copia, ya que no te está funcionando, and then I'm going to have to put in something for Annabelle and for him, because that's weird. Well, but that, it's so weird. Yeah, it should be working because they're in the system, so. I didn't realize I was sharing the wrong screen. I'm glad I realized that before I started sharing things I shouldn't be. Like grades. Yes, I clicked record. I had Albin remind me this morning because I was like, I know I'm going to forget. Even though at this point it should just be like automatic. I clicked the wrong thing. So Emily, is it working? It's all good? Good? Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Those of you at home, once you're done with your warm-up, go ahead and make sure you log into your Nearpod, because we're going to walk through a few things real quick.
No, I'm doing my warm-up, but it's like Monday, Tuesday's warm-up, actually.
Did you not do your quiz? All of last week's assignments are closed. They close on Saturday. That's why you need to make sure you get them done on that week. Yeah, that's why I told you, you have to make sure that you're keeping up with the classwork stuff on the week of. I forgot to pass by my mailbox to pick up progress reports. Yes, they do come out today. Aren't you guys excited about progress reports? And that I'm also going to be sending them via text message. Just to make sure your parents get it. Just in case it gets lost on the way from here to your house, you know? Stuff happens. Okay, so the timer ran out for your warm-up. So I'm still running around doing a few things. You can go ahead and start today's classwork. It is review. And get it started while I finish up running around like a crazy person. Do you have her direct number?
Yes.
Annabelle?
Yeah.
Could you?
I'm going to do some
Because I figured I'd print out for copy too.
Yeah.
Okay. Annabelle, we are going to send you a picture of the quiz since I know that you're not able to log on. And then all you'll do is send your responses, okay? So can you guys go to the media center?
I'm sorry?
Can you guys go to the media center?
I'm lost.
Okay, yeah, before we
Yeah.
hijack his space. All sorts of things going on this morning, guys. Sorry. Okay. Marisol took her quiz. Jesus took his quiz. Ivan Yair took his quiz. Lisa took her quiz. Karen, you are also one of my non-quiz takers. So we might just have to split the classroom in half. Junior, yes, I got your quiz, so that worked. Ruby, I got your quiz, and Jose, and Yulivani, and Randy. Annabelle, you're going to take it in a few minutes. I have Christopher's, I have John's, and I have Santiago's. So William is going to take it, Alvin is going to take it, Alan is going to take it, Karen is going to take it, Annabelle is going to take it, and we should be good. Are you sure? Because it's like half the class. Literally, like I might just move them around.
How many? 3 or 4?
So that one, after you take the pictures and send it to Annabelle, we're going to give it to Karen. Yvonne, can you move? Alvin, you are going to move to that back. Actually, switch seats with Yvonne, please. And Jesus, you're fine there. Alan, actually, no. I'm going to switch you with Alan because this is going to be my people who already finished the quiz side. And then everybody else is going to be on the other side, and you are going to take your quiz. So go ahead and swap. Here's your charger. Let me put it in the desk. Yeah, well, it's literally, it was just this 3. It was Monday. Monday's class. Other than that, everybody, I'm missing 2 people for tomorrow. Okay. But other than that, everybody in this class took it.
Okay.
Hold on, you can put your class down.
Yeah. That's the classroom.
Yeah, Alan, te vas a sentar ahí en el asiento de Jesús. And you're going to be back there. Okay, now that we've figured all that out, we're going to go ahead and start our Nearpod. But before we do that, I want to show you a couple changes that I made. So if you're one of my quiz takers, you are taking your quiz now. Estás tomando tu examen en este mismo momento. So, lápiz, ¿tienes tu examen? ¿Lo estás tomando? Okay. Karen, we're going to get you yours in like 2 seconds. Okay, a couple things I want to show you guys before I forget. So I made a few changes to our page. And you're probably thinking, you make changes to our page every day. Well, when I feel like there are things that we need to, or I need to improve on to make sure that you guys are getting everything that you need, I make changes. So on this page right here, your calculator button is now working again. For some reason, I disconnected it by mistake. So make sure when you're walking into class, this is the first thing that you press so that you're opening up your tab for your calculator, and then just come back. Okay, I made notes. So if you click on notes, your notes will be in English. If you click on notes in Spanish, same notes, they're just in Spanish if you need them like that. So if you click there, hopefully the internet isn't super slow, you're going to run into this page. And it is going to have notes on things that we have already done. So constant of proportionality, unit rate, you're going to see the equation in there. You're going to see an example in there. On the side, you're going to see that I have the names over here of all the different things that we've covered and that we're going to cover. So during a quiz, all quizzes are open notes. So open up your notes and then go, ooh, we're doing percent models. So why did you do that? I need to open up percent models, and it's going to have things that you need to remember, examples. So I don't have all of them up yet. I think I have all of them except percent of change up there and percent increase decrease, but I'll be adding that in the next day or so. So just so you know, notes are in there. Same goes for people at home. Your notes are in here. If you need them in Spanish, let's take a super quick look at what that looks like. So our notes in Spanish, exactly the same. So if you click here, you have your constant of proportionality, proportional relationships. All those things that you might need are in there for you. So this isn't just to add more things to our page. Use it. So guaranteed, if more of you would have gone in and looked at your notes or had taken notes, we would have done just a little bit better on our quiz. Even just looking back at your notes to go, okay, I can't remember something. Is it in here? It is in here. You use it and it helps you with whatever quiz or assignment that you're doing. So don't think that looking at your notes is something that you can't do. All quizzes, you can look at your notes. Any questions from you or people at home?
Do you want to take that quiz again?
What?
Are you going to take that quiz again?
No, just the people who didn't finish it.
Oh.
Yeah. No, you don't get a second chance.
Huh?
I said you don't get a second try.
No.
With that being said, next week, so I'm waiting for everyone, even the people who weren't able to take it last week, I'm waiting for everyone to take it, And next week, we're going to go over the questions, like maybe we'll go over 2 questions a day so that you can see if you did something wrong or if you did something right, you know, different things like that.
Do I go to Nearpod?
Yes, go to Nearpod. Okay, so we should all be here on our Nearpod. Does anybody need the code, or are we good? So we may or may not go through everything. Okay, so today, scholars will calculate the percent increase and the percent decrease using a model. Is it hotter here? Is it just right? I'm like, increase and decrease. Let's use percents to describe increases and decreases. And so I have an increase and decrease word chart in the back, which I will be moving up here later today or tomorrow, that we will be using to help us with these things. So today's goals. I can draw a tape diagram that represents a percent increase or decrease. When I know a starting amount and the percent increase or decrease, I can find the new amount. So more cereal and a discounted shirt. So we're going to do some quiet work. So we have a cereal box says that now it contains 20% more. Originally, it came with 18.5 ounces of cereal. How much cereal does the box come with now? So for this first problem, I'm going to do it. I would recommend that in your notes, you open it, you title it. What are we doing today? Percent increase, percent model. Did you leave it at home? Or you don't have one?
No, I don't. I didn't.
No, because if you don't have one, then I have a few extras. Okay, so we have percent models. That's what we're doing. Yes.
Good morning, please come with interruption. I need Karen from Aperte Culture Office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure you take the pass, okay? Okay, so did the number of ounces of cereal in the box increase or decrease? What percent of the original amount of cereal is the new amount of cereal? So a few things that we want to look at when we're looking at percent increase or decrease. We have to look at the words. So sometimes it's going to be really easy to know if it's an increase or decrease. So from just reading this, a cereal box says that now it contains 20% more. Do you think it's an increase or a decrease? It's an increase. Why do you think it's an increase? Why do we think it's an increase? No answer is going to be wrong. I just want to know what you think. Because it says what? Yes, exactly. Because it says more. That's exactly right. So it says 20% more. That's telling us that this is an increase problem. And so we want to get in the habit before we even work one of these problems out, figuring out if it's going to be an increase or a decrease. So I'm going to go ahead and work this one out on a bar model. So again, it says a cereal box says that Now it contains 20% more. Originally, it came with 18.5 ounces of cereal. How much cereal does the box come with now? So a few things that we want to look at in addition. Okay, so a few things that we want to add. So something very important when talking about our increase and decrease, the original amount is always going to be 100%. Like, we can take a water really good and ask, right? That's fine. Did you bring water? Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Original amount is always going to be 100%. And I'll write that up there on the screen for you guys in a second. So, because I forget that I have people at home too. Original amount is always going to be not 11. Is going to be 100%. So those of you taking notes at home, this is very important for us to remember. So, I don't even know what marker I'm using anymore. So if it says a cereal box is now 20% more, so we already know that it's an increase. Originally, so this already tells us, originally it came with 18.5 ounces. How much cereal does the box come with now? So we're going to match our 18.5 ounces with our 100%. So think about it like if it was a double number line type thing. So we always start with 0. My top is going to be ounces, and I wish the marker was not so thick. So we have ounces up top, percent on the bottom. So we start with 100, and our original amount was 18.5 ounces, which equals 100% of the box. So our original is with our 100%. So if this is an increase, does that mean I need to add more to my model? Or am I going to take away from my model? What do you think? I'm going to add more to my model. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with a darker color. So I still don't know how much more, but I'm just going to make this a little bit longer because I know that I want 20% more. So this is the tricky part. So when I do a bar model, I use these percents to kind of help me figure out how to break up my percents, right? So I can break up 100 using 20, right? So how would I count by 20s to get to 100? 20. We do know how to count by 20s. What comes after 20? 40, and then 60, and if it's 20% more than 100, then it's going to be 120. So that's what I'm going to do down here. I'm going to do 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, and then I have my 120%. Now, none of that has to be super perfect, but just like I'm dividing this bottom part, right? Now I have to do the top. So I have to have the same amount of spots up top as I have on the bottom. So this is how I like to do it. So I go, okay, I have 18.5 and I need to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. So I'm going to do 18.5 divided by 5. And what would that give me? I know we all have calculators. We all have calculators. Louder. I can't hear you. I know he's not the only one with the calculator. 2 point. Thank you. I swear it's not because it's wrong, it's just because I can't hear you. So 3.7. When I took my 18.5, it gave me 3.7. So that means that it's going to be 3.7, and then I'm going to do what? To keep going. Just like I did on the bottom, I would do 3.7 plus 3.7 to get my next number, which would give me what? The next one you're going to do on your own. So let's stop staring and let's go. 3.7 plus 3.7. And the next one? What did you give you? 7.4. What is it, Elon?
7.4.
Thank you. 7.4. And then if I keep going, what does it give me now? Louder. So you did 7.4 plus 3.7? Remember, yeah. Well, and I'm glad that happened. You have to make sure that you're doing just like we did on the bottom where you did 20 plus 20 more plus 20 more. 7.4 plus 3.7 gave you 11.1, and then it gave you 14 point. Emily, don't leave me hanging. That's the worst part. 14 point. I don't know where this is. 14.8, and then if I were to add 3.7 more, would it give me 18.5? Okay, so that's the whole point. We're going to keep going. And then if I add 18.5 plus 3.7, because I got to do that 20% more, what does it give me? Anybody? 23.3. Thank you. Sorry. So, how much cereal does this box come with now after we added 20% more? Thank you. I know. Well, and it's because I can't hear, and it's making it really hard. 22.2 or 3. Okay. So now I have how much cereal in my box after they added 20% more? Anybody? What do I have now? I have 22.2 ounces of cereal now in my cereal bowl. 20% more gave me 22.2 ounces of cereal. So it's going to take a little bit of practice, just like anything else. Because just like when we did unit rate, everybody looked at me like I was crazy the first day, and then it got better. So we will be fine. 22.2 ounces of cereal. Let's go ahead. Look at the next one. So 22.2 ounces of cereal. Okay, so the price of a shirt is $18.50. But you have a coupon that lowers the price by 20%. What is the price of the shirt after using the coupon? So, can someone tell me if they think this problem is an increase or a decrease and why? Jesus, why do you think it's a decrease? Perfect. It's lowering the price. So we're already seeing kind of like those words that are telling us what we need to do. So this is going to be a decrease problem because it's lowering the price by 20%. So what is the price of the shirt after using the coupon? I don't know, but we're going to figure it out. Okay, so now you're going to get a chance to do it. As we do it, we can do it together since it's the first one that you're going to be doing sort of alone. So we said it lowers, so it's a decrease, and I'm only going to put D for decrease. So what is the original price of the shirt? $18.50. Perfect. So we know that the original price of the shirt is $18.50. Can someone else tell me if we know our original price, what is our original percent? We wrote it down and everything. What percent matches our original price? 100%. So remember, 100% always matches with our original amount. And remember to add that percent. I know it's like 2 extra steps, but if you don't add that percent, then we don't know if you're talking about percent or a number or something like that. And then we're going to start on 0, like always. So it lowers the price by 20%. So we said it's a decrease. So are we going to add more to the chart or are we going to take away? We're going to take away. So I don't need to add anything in this direction. But I do need to split my bar model. What percent can I break it up by? I can break it up by 20. So I like using what they give me. It makes life easier. Sometimes you can probably use something else. So I'm going to break it up by my 20%. And then after 20% is what? I'll let you do it since no one wants to answer me. Go ahead and break up your percent. And if you finish your percent and you want to try and break up the top part, do that too. Didn't have anybody. And if you guys want to use the text box, that'll probably work easier if you want. Make sure you go all the way from 20 to 100. Okay, so I had some people already do it, so after 20 comes what? 40%, then 60%, then 80%. Perfect. So remember, I want to break it up the same way all the way through. So if this makes it a little bit easier for you to kind of see, I'm going to have the same breakup all the way through. So that means I need to break it up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to do 18.50 divided by what? No one answers, they just start. Thank you. So with that being said, notice how I counted the space in between. I didn't count the line. If you count only the lines, then that means you would do 18.50 divided by 4, which would not give us what we're looking for. So if I divide $18.50 by 5, what does it give me? And in money? Perfect. So $3.70. Notice that do you notice the similarity between this one and the problem we just did? We're using the same numbers, not to make it difficult for you. So then my second section would be what? $7.40. And then Marisol, what is it? What's $7.40 plus $3.20? Marisol. $11 and what? Are you ready? either can't hear you or not there. $11.10, and then if I add $3.70 more, it gives me what? You should already be ready with this. $14 and go ahead. I hear it somewhere. 14.8. $14.80. Perfect. Okay. Final step. So I feel like setting the model up should be the hardest part. Like once you have it set up, the hardest part is over. So we said that they decrease 20%, right? So that means we're not adding more, but I'm taking away how much? 20%. So I know from, if I take 20 away from 100, it's going to give me what? What does it give me? Huh? 1480. You're right. Okay, you went with the money. That works too. It's going to be 80%. So if all I'm doing is taking away 20%, I'm taking that away. And I like to usually do like a little whoop, whoop. So that means that my amount is $14.80. I might buy a shirt for that if it's like a really fancy shirt. And I feel like everyone's so quiet at home, like day one. Okay, so go ahead and make sure you've submitted. And I'm going to go ahead and move to the next one. So $14.80. 100% always corresponds to the original amount. So we did an example of an increase and we did an example of the decrease. So using tape diagrams. So you have an example here. You're going to do it on your own. I'm going to do one. So pay attention. It says match each situation to a diagram. Be prepared to explain your reasoning. So if I look at the top diagram, it shows you two comparisons. We have 100%, and then in the bottom one it shows you this year, and they added some more. So is this an example of an increase or a decrease? A what? It's an increase because they're adding 25% more. So this is an increase model. So then here they show you the original amount is 100, and then this year they're taking away 25%. So this is an example of what? A decrease model. So now you have to match. So the first one says, compared with last year's strawberry harvest, this year's strawberry harvest is 25% increase. So would I match it with A or B? I think I heard it, but it was too low. A. So I'm matching this with A. So you can either match it by drawing a line or write the letter next to it. I would probably write the letter next to it. It's just easier. So go ahead and do B, C, D. Those of you at home, same deal. You're doing B, C, D. Those of you at home, make sure that you are matching B, C, and D. They all have responses. I don't remember what I had in my second lesson. Okay, so 10 more seconds and we're going to go ahead and check it out. I see some of you at home who are not doing anything. So make sure that there is an answer next to each of those. Even if you're wrong, it doesn't matter. We're still on day one. We're practicing. We're figuring it out. For those of you stuck on B and D, think about it. If it increases from 100 and it increases 25% more, what's 100 plus 25? If it decreases 25 from 100, what's 100 minus 25? Think about those numbers. Okay, so let's go ahead and look. So this year's blueberry harvest is 75% of last year's. So is that an increase or a decrease? It's a decrease. So this one would be, it would be B. C, compared with last year's. This year's peak harvest decreased 25%, so it's already in the sentence. Is it an increase or a decrease? It's a decrease. And then D, this year's plum harvest is 125% of last year. So is that an increase or a decrease? It's an increase because 100 plus 25 more. Good, so we should have had A, B, B, A. Make sure that you clicked submit. So I think we are going to just go straight to the last question because I want to make sure we do it real quick. So you are on the last question. This is just for me to see what you're getting, what you're not understanding. I'm going to give you 5 minutes. This should not even take you 3. Read through the directions carefully and go ahead and answer the questions. So 1 says, for each diagram, remember it says each, determine if y is an increase or a decrease. So if you want to put I and D, that is fine. For 2, draw a diagram to represent the following situation.
So was it an increase or decrease? Decrease. So they're wanting to say whether or not Y was an increase or a decrease over X. So this one is a decrease, so you can erase that, that's just a decrease. There we go. So now next one, look at Y compared to X. Did Y increase or decrease? So that one should just say increase. Okay, so we're going to need to model something similar where you show the increase or the decrease. Right, so you'll do the same thing. You'll show like what was X, where we started, and then how it changed using the Y. So the increase you would have to add to it, the decrease you would show.
No problem.
And put it aside. Full amount is 100%, and then down is
Of course he did. And then he tried to go and do last week's warm
Does
up
that make sense?
because he thought. So I don't know who's letting them think that coming to school means making up all the work that they missed. But we're not doing that. It's closed. I don't even understand that. So he was going to try and finish all the stuff that he didn't do last week. And that's why I was like, it's closed. You have no more option. Like, it's either not done or not done.
Okay.
Like, we're not doing that. I'm not going to be grading.
So, the original amount would be 100%. Did this amount increase or decrease over the original? So like from where they started, was it 40% more, 40% less? Increase. So what you'll do is you'll do a full one like this, you'll label it X, and then you'll label Y, and you'll show an increase. So if it's increase, you have to add blocks, right? Just kind of like this one. So they're wanting to represent the same thing. Does that make sense?
Okay, I'm going to give you like another minute. And then wherever it is that you are, we are going to stop. And it's okay if you didn't get it all done. It's fine. It's day one. I want to know what you know, what you don't know. William, ¿terminaste el examen? No, te quedan 10 minutitos, okay? Karen, did you finish? Not yet. Alan, ¿tú terminaste? And I figured that was going to happen. With them. It's looking good, people. Okay, go ahead and take a second. And even if you're not finished, I want you to submit. Even if you are not finished, I want you to submit. It is okay. This is not a quiz. It's like, we're going to call it a pulse check to see where you guys are at. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people who haven't submitted. Again, even if you are not done, it is okay. Click submit. Okay. That was our last page, and I forgot to include how to get to our classwork today, but at this point you should know how to get there. So go ahead and make it your way to today's classwork. Make your way to today's classwork. It is review. It is not a new concept for today's classwork. Just review. I didn't want to throw it out there on day 1. Day 2, yes, not day 1. So you're doing week 5, day 1 classwork. You have a directions and how to. And I have not logged in today. Remember, don't work it out here. Make sure you click on the blue, make your own copy, and then come back and submit. I'm going to stop recording, but for those of you